Good morning to you, YouTube. We are back for another video, and I have to say, I'm not really enjoying this summer, not just because of the England Euros result, guys, but the amount of rain that we've had has made it very, very hard for me to keep on top of the gardening work. I mean, look at it again this morning. It's rained overnight, look. It's not really ideal, but I hope you're all doing really well. We're back again to take you on another day in the life of a UK gardener. So stick with me. We're going to we're first of 3 jobs now. We've got some lawn cutting and strimming to do. We've got some weed killing to do, and I've also got a couple of jobs to price as well. So I'll take you with me for as much of that as we can. But hope you enjoy the video, guys, and I'll see you in the main one. Take care. Just a little tip, guys, for any of you who've got roses in your garden, what to do when you start seeing a little bit of disease on them, like on here. I'll just show you what I mean by that. So you see these brown spots here? That's a sign of disease. Now, what you do is you just snip the diseased leaves off, and I know there's quite a few on this one, but you just snip them off, and then after you have done, you make sure that the stem that you're working on has got no brown spot. So what you're looking for is something like that. I mean, those leaves are okay there, look, a little bit of brown spot on that one, and there we go. And obviously these are just about to bud. This one's already been in flower. A little bit of something on that leaf. That's what you want afterwards. So you trim the brown spots off. Now you also, I'll make sure I pick them up in a minute, because if you don't pick the brown spot leaves off, they'll eventually work their way into the soil and create more disease, and keep it running, if you like. So yeah, always get rid of your brown spots. Nice and simple to do. If you keep on top of it, you will always have healthy looking roses in your garden. I'm sure that's what you all want.
I made an old man.
On to the next.
I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen and wrote something for me. He kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other.
Another one done.
Like it or not.
Onto the front now. Oh, so we're back in the van, guys, as it's pouring down again, but we did manage to get that last one done. I didn't film me doing the front. It's only a little square and a small strip in front of the house. I'll show you that now. So as you can see, there's not much there, but yes, that's another one done. Now that particular lawn, the back lawn, is full of clover. It's a typical new build property. They just chuck any old rubbish in underneath the soil, and then a fine layer of soil, if you can call it soil, and then they seed or turf the lawns, but you always run into problems with new builds. The third job, I'm going to give it a couple of hours before I go to it, see if this rain clears up, and I'll take you there with me. Well, we're on the next job now, guys. The rain has finally stopped, so I'm here just to cut this little lawn here, and I've got a load of work to do in this garden actually coming up. Obviously this border is completely overgrown. It wants another defined border putting in, and that all clearing out. And then right down the bottom here, on the bottom tier, as you can see, it's overgrown with brambles. I mean, some of them are massive, look. So that all wants clearing out, and the idea is that we are going to lay bark, well, weed membrane and bark, once I've dealt with the weeds and some pesky mare's tail. But yeah, up here this will all be cleared, weed killed, membraned, and we'll bark down here, get rid of all that, so there'll be just bark in all of the areas that have currently got weeds on. One thing I wanted to show you though, guys, is this, just to pull the odd weed out of a lawn that you might have. Some of you might be aware of these, but this is a Fisker's W52, and it's basically a weed pulling tool. And at first I thought, you know, they're a bit gimmicky. I've had this for a couple of years now. I thought, will they actually work, or you know, is it just another something to attract the sort of lazier people who don't want to get on their hands and knees pulling weeds and stuff? But I was quite surprised. Basically what you do is you find your offending weed. We've got one in here, look. There you go, and all you do is set it down, pull back, and out the ground is your weed by the root. And also what's quite good about this, you can feel like a real man. It's pump action, so you can eject the weed onto the ground once you've pulled it. So there is actually still a bit of root in the ground by the look of it, but that has saved me getting down on the hands and knees, and it's pulled that little weed out the lawn by the root. There's one next to it as well. We'll do that one in a minute, but see, it leaves a little bit of a hole there. You can always put a little bit of seed back in there. I'll just try and get this one next to it. So push it over, push down, pull back, and there is another weed. To be ejected out of the ground. So yeah, this was only cheap as well. I think it was about 30 quid. So if you want to save yourself some backache, guys, and start pulling a few weeds out your lawn very easily, I might add, then this is for you. Alright, so I'm going to get mowed here, guys, get in the van, off home for some tea. Thanks very much for watching, guys. As always, tune into the next vid. I've got some big jobs coming up for you as well, which I will take you along as always. So give us a subscribe and like if you don't mind, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care, over and out.